Diamonds did this.
Yes, as you know, I offer the promotion. Promote your content everywhere. When I say everywhere, that means my networks, on my X, aka Twitter, my Facebook, my YouTube community, and my Instagram stories. And my Threads account. All for only $100. So whether you got a YouTube, a t-shirt line, a new song, an album, if you sell Crayola crayons, I don't care. I'll promote it for only $100 across my network. Get at me. Hit me on the DM at Doggie Diamonds on Instagram. At Doggie Diamonds on Instagram. Listen, also, if you want to get an interview on my platform, hit me on the DM at Doggie Diamonds on Instagram. That's all you got to do. And I'm going to need you to join my Facebook. Listen. The Facebook is right in the description box. So if you don't feel like typing it in or whatever you don't feel like doing, I made it easy for you to go right there. So tonight, I'm going to debut some new music for purchase. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. I'm going to have a little, smooth groove. I don't like explaining music too much, but just vibe with me. This is for purchase. Don't forget.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Let's go. Just something cool to mellow out a little bit. Can still get your raps off, tell you a little story or two. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need y'all to hit that like button though. I ain't gonna get my Frankie Crocker on and talking to no punk smooth voice or nothing, but I am gonna be a little mellow. Could get your story off. Cause although it's got a little bop to it, it's still got that horrorcore, you know? I need them likes to go up though. I work hard at this music, I work hard at the graphics, I work hard at everything, and I need your support. Don't forget.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Don't forget, all music that I play is available for purchase. Just hit me on the DM. You know what I'm saying? Get a good story off to this. Just gotta know how to rap, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ready? I'm ready. Bring it back. Y'all ready? I don't think y'all ready. I know you ain't never heard no music like what I be making. Never heard nothing like this before, so I know it's a little new to some people's ears. But don't forget,
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Yeah. I'm here. Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah, so that was that. That's available for purchase. Of course, we could extend. Oh, wrong show. What the hell am I doing? Wrong show. I forgot about that show. Damn, I forgot I got another show. Hey, what's up, everybody? I go by the name of Doggie Diamonds. This is Doggie Diamonds TV, but tonight I'm not by myself. Tonight I got somebody with me. Introduce yourself to the people.
Peace, family, peace. It's Brother Tad of Tad Talks. What's the word, dog?
Chilling, ain't nobody listening. No, I'm chilling there. And just you know, I just hit you probably like what, an hour ago. Yeah, I said I'm gonna take a shower and I'm gonna call you. Let's do some content. So this what brings us here. We gotta talk about internet stuff, as what you and Gutter do on the OG Wisdom show every Sunday at 2 p.m. So
get thorough black talk worldview every Thursday.
Every Thursday, yes. So you know, you're a busy man. You got more shows than me. You know, you got more shows, and then you launching some new shows soon too. And then me and you are gonna do our own show on the Interlude TV. We ain't gonna give the title yet, but it's a dope title. And it's kind of gonna be like what we talking about tonight, and what we always talk about, because you know our message never changed, and we always stayed the course of what we try to convey to the people. It never changed from the first time we spoke to what we gonna talk about tonight.
No doubt. Well,
Uh,
it's good to be back, and
yeah,
it's dope that our message is resonating with everybody. So shout out to everybody who received the message and the spirits that we give them.
yeah,
You know
because
what I'm
you
saying?
always tell me like, you see, they said this thing, they said the thing that we said, they said this, that you always be tapped into different things, and you'll hit me and say, yo, they said the same thing we said. So we don't, hopefully if they're not watching, just the frequencies going around, and dudes is starting to wisen up and say, you know what? Yeah, this shit is a little weak. You know what I'm saying?
You know why? Because they can't ignore the truth when you hear it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's from a place of authenticity.
Right,
You know, our resume is good.
right.
Certified.
No dirt on the shirt.
Yeah, no dirt on the shirt.
New
You know what I'm
York
saying?
veteran.
And that's a fact.
It just so happened you got a New York hat on too. I just went and grabbed this hat. I got tired of wearing the same hats every night. I got like 90 snapbacks. You see my closet. So I was like, yo, I'll wear different hats from now on,
Yeah.
whatever. Um,
You know, I mostly rock NY all the time, so you
yo,
got to
remember,
represent.
yo, remember we went to LA, we had all that Raider shit on. We didn't know we wasn't allowed to wear that shit out
Yo, word.
there.
Nah, but remember they said y'all be good because y'all a little older. Says it's a lot of times the YNs, and it's a particular way you wear your hat, and we
Right,
ain't
right,
wearing
right. Yeah,
like the gangsters. I'm from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I'm not tapped into the LA culture. Shout out to LA because I
Right,
love California.
right. We'll
You know what
be
I'm
there
saying?
going probably next month. We should be going out there. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to everybody on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? It is a lot of love, you know what I'm saying? I think it's like anywhere else in the world, you know what I'm saying? You got your good parts, you got your bad parts. As long as you keep your nose out the bad parts, you won't get a bad decision.
Right. So, what brings us here tonight, Dame Dash. We for the most part we love Roc-A-Fella, the movement, everything about it. We love the talent of Jay-Z, the thoughts of Jay-Z, because we gonna talk about that later. Cause you always bring clarity about Jay-Z when not saying when my vision gets cloudy, but when it gets too internety, you always remind me, yo, we saw
His
his
grind.
rise. We saw it from actually, see, people don't know when I was in a group, we actually did shows with Jay-Z. What was
Yeah,
like 3 shows?
at least 3 shows.
Right, at least 3
And
shows.
to think they weren't Jay-Z shows at that.
Yeah, it was original flavor shows. Yep.
Yeah, shout out to Ski.
Right.
Ski and Suave, right?
No, it was
It was Ski, Suave, and it was another dude
not
too.
Suave. His name was I forgot what
Because
his
then
name.
Ski replaced
Ski
somebody.
replaced the dude with the dude they was calling Strong Nose, whatever his name was. Yeah,
Right,
yeah, yeah.
right,
That was the first dude.
right. Strong.
Yeah, Strong. Yeah,
Right,
yeah. That was the first dude. And I think Chubby Chub was their DJ. But
right.
we was there, and then the time that we ran into them in Beat Street Records, when Foxy was there, and we went in there deep.
Shout out to Gav. I saw something today.
Oh, word? Okay, yeah. Shout out to Gab. That's the bro. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people might not be they might not understand that we're from the heart of I don't want
All
to
of
say I don't want to say of Brooklyn, because Brooklyn has different hearts, right? That's the only, that has like every place in Brooklyn got its own heartbeat. But we
hold up,
from
we
the
gonna come back to that, but make your point.
yeah, but we from the heart of what people think the greats from Brooklyn is, we from there. Like, so we seen everybody. We seen this person in the store, in the country house,
Some of them before the music.
yeah, most of them before the music. All of them before the music, truthfully. I don't think we met one rapper. We met
Except Jay.
them. No, but well,
It was music.
yeah, it
His
was
music.
music. Yeah, because we never seen him in the street. Yeah, we never seen him in the street. But yeah, T Strong. That's right. That's his name, T Strong. Exactly. Suave was the original dude with the fro. So
Right.
we from that. We from that with the Foxy Browns, the Little Kims, the Biggies, the Easy Mo B living around the corner, Tech. And we tell the stories before. So a lot of times,
Bruce Damager.
yeah, J. Rule would move around the way. Iron Solomon, our dude, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Nothing can happen to Iron Solomon around our way. You know what I'm saying? Bitch ass nigga Hakeem Green. Remember he moved across the street.
Shout out
Um,
to
fuck that nigga.
Get
Hakeem
on my
Green.
man.
Yeah, fuck that nigga. Hakeem Green moved across the street. Shout out to Mike, you know, Hawaii Mike Salmon. He moved across the street.
Mike.
Niggas moved on the block. You know what I'm saying? And in the hood, we really protected a lot of people too, because you know, we was the active people, and a lot of, not saying other people wasn't active, but we was more advanced active, you know. They might have got active later, but you know, we was, you know, it was our neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? It was our neighborhood. So
We them little badass dudes
right,
active.
right. Just out of control. And you always say, yo, look where Jay-Z came from, because we used to see him. You know what I'm saying? Like, used to see him on the grind musically. So to see where he at today, you know, I think people got Roc-A-Fella and then they hear stories about him, but that street grind is something different. Remember the Benz with the Roc-A-Fella on it? The white Benz. They had a white Benz with Roc-A-Fella on. They put Roc-A-Fella on a white Benz. And then we was already in 560 State Street. Remember? We was already there.
That was with Trackmasters. With
Absolutely. Yeah. We was already there, you know.
And I remember, real quick, I remember you telling Tone about Big, and he was like, I don't want to hear about you, man. I'm only worried about y'all.
I was
He's
telling,
like, gotta hear my man.
I was like, yo, my man Big, telling Tone for Trapmasters, and my man Big, Fly Ty. I used to always, you know, promote Big no matter where I went. So we saw that. So sometimes when people say, yo, you defending Jay-Z, I say, nah, it when you know where somebody began and now you see where they at, that let me know certain things is possible and gonna happen for me. Because Jay-Z is not my savior. He's not my spiritual father. He ain't none of that. I just listened to the music. We talked about this today. Yo, I just hit play. That's it. I hit play. And some of the things he's saying I know is real. So I know the Brooklyn history. Also, I know about the grind, the gristle, the struggle and all that. But how he lived his life, and it don't matter to me, because I knew my father. I had your father. You had my father. We got mad uncles. We got each other. So we don't look to men and rappers to give us guidance. We just listen to the music. So the way that dudes be hanging on to dudes every word, and you know, worry about a nigga haircut, and yeah, like a nigga had on these pants and all that. That shit's starting to get feminine now to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just listen to the music. If somebody don't really resonate with you, fine. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't even like he actually see the difference between what we gonna talk about tonight and somebody, it ain't even like he extra'd out. He don't even be in our face. Like, he be off the scene. Niggas still talk about him because y'all think y'all know. But y'all really don't know the grassroots of a struggle. I'm talking about the beginning of just trying to get right. And you watch a dude doing shows with 40 people in there.
Real quick, Doc, before we go, because we was talking about Brooklyn. You said Brooklyn don't have a heart, but I saw something online, and they asked the question, what section is the capital of Brooklyn?
We'll get arguments, but we got to say the style. We got to say the style.
I can't say nowhere else.
All the rappers come from, a lot of the main rappers come from the style. That's Fab, Jay, Kane, Big.
Yeah.
Papoose. That's all style. Tech. Yeah, that's bad style. Brownsville could stay.
You could go deeper, because you could talk about the Mighty Mike Masters back in the 80s. I think Divine Sounds was from Bed-Stuy. They the ones who came up with Manhattan, make it, Brooklyn, take it, Queens, it's so whack.
Took niggas back.
Yeah.
I mean,
the culture of hip hop and Brooklyn staple in it.
The Ville,
Master DC.
The Ville could stake a claim. The Ville could stake a claim. You know what I'm saying?
But we always gonna be Bed-Stuy bias. I just had to put that out there.
Right.
I mean, let people in the audience put it in the chat. You know what I'm saying? If you're familiar with Brooklyn, what area you think is the capital of Brooklyn? Please don't say Canarsie.
Yeah.
Please, because I think that's what started it.
Jay-Z stole several hit songs, concepts, and choruses and hook. You don't know what you're talking about. Even the thing that I see right now, with him so-called taking all I need from this group called the Non-Brigade, and niggas like running with that. I watched the interview with them when they said that he didn't take it from them. So who do you believe, internet or them? You know what I'm saying? But again, I'm not here to defend him or be pro him. Only thing I ever took from him is the grind and the mindset. You know, because you know me, I don't listen to nobody. If it's something that I got my mindset on doing, I'm doing it. But I always run it by you, and I run it by Poe. I run it by you and when my brother was alive. I run it by y'all three, and that's it. And sometimes you might say, yo, do it like this or don't do this like this or whatever. But I'm going to do what I want to do because I know what I'm willing to do to make it happen. And I told the audience, and I always tell the audience, you the only one who's seen me do what I'm doing from the beginning till today. Like me just with the idea of, yo, I'm about to do this and do that. It might
I
seem
remember, what was that? Early 90s. You was like, yo, let's get a camera.
right.
You said, let's do it. I'm like, I just got you. How much you need?
Right.
That's back when you still put the big VHS tape in it.
That was about 90?
Could have been.
Yeah, because that was Sarah J days. Yeah, that was Sarah J. Because remember, we had two cameras.
Yes.
We had the big VHS one, then we had the small with the mini DVC camera. We had two. But
the point is, you had the vision. I'm like, whatever you want to do, I got your back.
Right.
And look what you turned it into.
Right. Jugga JTV, I appreciate the donation.
And that's similar to like with Jay-Z. A lot of times people don't see the plan, people don't share the vision. And you got to go against the grain because when you got, and this goes for the audience. This
right.
Jay-Z is an example. But to anybody that can hear this, if you got a thought, an idea, a way to move your needle forward, man, don't listen to the naysayers.
Right.
And a lot of times it's people who really love you, who genuinely love you, but they fear of seeing you fail and be disappointed is going to be the deterrent for you not to move forward. They're going to be like, nah, you sure you want to do that? I wouldn't suggest that. Because a lot of times people are not where they want to be in life because they're afraid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've never really been afraid of your ideas, though, because push come to shove, I got your back. You fall. But there's been people in the family.
Right.
I remember. You need to get a job.
Right.
This has always been your job. This is how you've eaten.
I need to get a job. Remember, I never even went to school. And I was a gifted student. I ain't got no GAD. I ain't got none of that. I didn't go to school. Yo, my school was going to Cold Chillin' Records. I was like,
what you could.
Yeah, I was like, that was my college, like being in the music business, because our first studio was Chung King. We never went to no rinky dink studios. Our first studio, we was in Chung King. Beastie Boys coming in. Chubb Rock coming in. That was our first studio.
Howie T.
Louis Rankin. That was our first studio. So I'm saying all this to say to people, stick to what you want to do, and you're going to have deterrence. But when you got a group of, and even if it's one or two individuals that got your back, because even when you fail, we never was like, yo, that's good for you. I told you this, that, and the third, because niggas don't be failing. You told me this last week. You said, yo, you realize everything that you was a part of was successful? And I was like, I never even really paid attention to that shit.
Yeah.
I never been a part of no rinky dink shit. Everything I did was
I always tell the children, follow your dreams. I always tell my children, whatever, just find out what you want to do in life and go for it. And then I always use you as an example. I said, look at Dog. Dog had the courage. I said I had to get a job because I was born. I was a teenager.
Right.
So they had to eat. I gambled on myself, but I gambled in the streets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In terms of the music. And remember, back then, there was really no money in the music.
Absolutely not.
There was money in the streets. Look at all the rappers. They had street dudes around them because that's where the real paper was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was only till later on in the 90s, mid 90s and later that dudes really started seeing some paper that was comparable to what dudes was getting in the streets.
Right.
But I say that because a lot of times, You know, I'm an old head now, you know, got the nice grays. I've lived long enough to see people abandon their dreams
Right.
and they mope around their own neighborhood and community, still trying to figure it out, as opposed to just constantly pursuing that goal. You never give up on your dreams. I remember one time 2 Chainz had got an award on BET. And in his speech, he said, just think, last year I was begging to get inside of here
Mm-hmm.
because they wasn't recognizing him. But then the following year, because 2 Chainz stuck to it.
Right.
A lot of times in the hood, we listening to a bunch of failures.
Right.
And they don't want to see you succeed. So
Right.
anybody who's successful, they always think you did something underhanded. They always think you had to cut somebody's throat or they throw smut on your name. So they use that as a deterrent for you to not be successful because they're not successful. And this is for the audience, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I like to talk to the smart people. The dumb people, they'll get it sooner or later. Or maybe they'll
Or
never
maybe
get
they
it
won't.
at
Yeah.
all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But for those who got dreams, aspirations, and ambitions, fuck with everybody else talking about. Fuck the naysayers, man. Hone your craft.
Right.
Study the master. Study the people that's doing it before you. Take what's applicable and throw away what you can't use. And a lot of times when we talk about Jay-Z, he's not our Lord and Savior, but he is a successful person that we've seen grind since 1988. Remember, he was the backup rapper for jazz.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he parlayed that to literally be the king of hip hop. Because regardless of what anybody say, the podcasters, the rappers, everybody are concerned about what Jay-Z and Roc Nation has to say. That's power.
Right.
And I think that's what you should want. You should want power.
Right.
If not power in your community, at least power over your own life. Don't let other people pull you in directions that don't serve you.
Right.
And I'm off my soapbox with that one.
All right. So let's get into today's topic. Daddy-O found Big and put him in the studio first. That is absolute bullshit. Yeah, that is absolute bullshit. So I don't even know why you typed that. You could just, that's bullshit.
Because they didn't know, dog.
Yeah, that's
I'm
bullshit.
diplomatic, dog, is me.
That's bullshit.
I don't know why you typed that
Because you
bullshit.
talking to me. That's bullshit. And I could show you Little Kim say, we started in your crib and I had a studio in my house at 15, 16. So cut it out.
Yo, you should keep that video queued often.
Yeah,
man.
that's what I'm saying, man. Like
a lot of people are Johnny come latelys and they really don't know.
Yeah, like I gotta, but you know what though? People regurgitate and don't do no research.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You know,
Nigga said, go talk to Daddy-O. I interviewed Daddy-O. So what is you saying? But Daddy-O can't say that. He can't say that to me. Because Daddy-O's not from my neighborhood. Daddy-O's from East New York. I've always...
He moved to the neighborhood.
Yeah,
later.
he moved to the neighborhood. I'm born and raised in the neighborhood. 53, 60 years of a family. Our mothers...
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
You got to keep the picture queued of you, Big, Nino, and everybody on the
That's
block.
what I'm saying.
See, people don't know. We was in the halls rapping just for the acoustics, sitting on an abandoned stoop on my block called the Blue Stoop, where everybody went to smoke their weed and drink their licks away from the elders.
But hold on, Chad. Let me say something to you.
Rap.
So he says Daddy-O did something, right? He said that emphatically. Then he said, go talk to Daddy-O. So you talking secondhand story because you can't say that.
He don't know Daddy-O nor Big.
He said, I'm talking professionally. I had a studio in my crib. What you thought I had? What you thought I had? Pots and pans? I had $15,000, $16,000 worth of equipment in 1990.
Hold on. Let me just
Who hooked my studio up, Tad?
I was about to tell you, Trackmasters came over and hooked the studio up. Trackmasters, when they was already bubbling and popping. That is a fact. But again, like we were saying, we've been doing this since we were young.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we were there. We were literally there. Like you said, you already interviewed Daddy-O. You know what I'm saying? Like none of this is cap. And this is the thing. We trying to help you create value. And this is to you an audience. You know what I'm saying? You really got to learn how to be a humble student. A lot of things that's being said is out of assumption.
You said after he did Audio 2. Audio 2 is like 87. Big ain't come out to like fucking 94. Right. See now you just chill. I'm not even going.
Audio 2, he was still on the block. We all was still on the block.
This is what I'm saying, man. We was going to Marcy Pool before.
I'm not. Hold up. Why is he talking about Audio 2?
Yeah, he said Daddy-O put Big in the studio before Trackmasters. See, now you lying. See, now you starting to just lie now. And you taking up the show. Just salute to you. No, you don't know because you lying. You went from He
Where
said,
where
no,
did
he
you
first
get
he
that
said talk to
information?
Daddy-O. Now he's speaking emphatically. You don't even know that Big started with me on the turntables before he was in the studio.
Before you got the studio equipment. It started with 2 turntables. It was me, you, Big, God bless, and Juicy. God bless.
And Cheek was there.
Us,
Cheek was there too.
oh, and Chico.
Chico,
God
bless,
bless.
God bless
Damn,
Chico, yeah.
just me and you left.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Right. So
God
all
bless
right.
his kid. But
Anyway,
again, yeah.
he's talking to
Yo,
people who was there,
but
like
again,
physically right
listen,
there in the same room. But he's
but
talking for Daddy-O,
Well, hold on.
but he
Little Kim
wasn't there.
already stated that. Little C's will state that. Banger will state that. Nino will state that. Gutter, who's my partner and co-host, will state that. Like, and see, we try to bring out information, and this is why people be stuck because you wrong and strong.
Yeah, he said before Red Hot Lover Tone record. We not talking about Red Hot Lover Tone because we don't even call him Red Hot Lover Tone. His name is JoJo. We don't call the nigga Tone. We call him JoJo.
He was
You,
still living in 487 when Poison came out and he was in the video.
somebody said the Tascam 688, so you already know what I had in the crib. I had the Tascam 688, DAT. Anyway, listen, like I said, you're speaking for Daddy-O, but then acting like you know firsthand because you was there, but you talking to people who was there in the flesh. But you speaking for the next man. And the only reason why I'm going back and forth with you with banter, because you are the problem on the internet. Because you're the people who talk like you don't know, and you don't know. You don't know because you wasn't there, but you speaking for Daddy-O. And we told you Daddy-O moved to the neighborhood. But our mother and father lived
Man,
in this.
I think he met Big through Unadjusting him.
This is what I'm saying.
And we was rocking with Big before Unadjust was. Yo, we gotta get on the show.
Right. But anyway, let's move.
Yeah.
Let's
Shout out to Lance Rivera. That's still a big, regardless how the industry feel about him. That's still big, bro.
Right. Okay. So this is the deal. When you look at, first of all, when you look at, what's your thoughts? Not today. Let's say we're not talking about 2026. When you first saw Dame, what did you think of him?
I thought dancing all in the video. Nah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I really didn't know what to make of Dame when I first, you know what I'm saying? Because I think the first time I seen him outside of the videos was when him and Foxy performed at the Ark. He was pretty much like a laid back dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I think I know he was there. I'm trying to think if Biggs was there. I was twisted that night. It's me, Black, on Ant. You know what I'm saying? Ant ain't even come with me and Black. But me and Black pulled up to the Ark, you know, and the whole vibe was chill. I was happy to see Jay-Z doing his thing because that was 9-6, and I was remembering from the shows of 9-2. And of course, to watch Inga do her thing, you know, like growing up with her, I was just happy to see that, see the success, and know that it was literally possible.
Right.
In fact, in the Behind the Box documentary that Nas and Ralph McDaniels did, you could see me on the side of the stage when everybody was crazy and I was just standing still.
Mm-hmm.
And I could remember the thoughts like, yo, this shit is really possible.
Mm-hmm.
This is when we're still doing the music. I'm like, yo, this shit is real because I remember us doing shows with Jay and then knowing Inga meeting her in 1987, 1988.
Summer camp. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Watching her grow up to be this big rap star.
It was the summer. It was the summer 80. The summer of.
We met in 87. She came to camp in 88.
Right.
The following year.
Right. Yeah.
Following year. Because remember, I had Thump with a dude on her block.
Yeah, she was like what, 9 or some shit, 9 or 10.
Yeah, 9 years old.
Yeah.
Like, so who Foxy is? That's authentic. That's not an industry act. Like, she's always been a diva. Like,
right.
She's authentic with it.
Right.
That is not an act with her.
But listen, but I want to stay on. Okay, so
but with Dame, he was a laid back dude.
Okay.
from me seeing him in person outside of the early videos.
What was your impression of him business wise? Because of course we don't know how he is business, but what was your impression of what type of businessman he appeared to be?
I thought he was smart, shrewd, but not. He didn't have the level of diplomacy that it took
Okay.
for me. That's just my observation.
Right.
Paying attention to how people move, how people win, and how people lose. What causes people to lose and what causes them to win.
Okay. Do um the Rockefeller breakup, we watched it. We don't know their business, but some people, as he did, he takes it pretty, he takes it rough. Pause. But he just took it like, like it still breaks his heart to this day. When you first heard that they wasn't going to do business no more, what was your thoughts?
Well, I seen it coming before it really happened
Right.
with Kim being president of Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Remember Jay-Z was on vacation.
Right. Right.
And then you got to remember, you see, before I look at the incident, I look at the climate that created the incident. It's
Right.
almost like a hurricane and a tornado.
Right.
It just doesn't appear. A hurricane just doesn't happen. It has to be a particular climate and temperature. And
Right.
I remember when Mace and Cam was beefing because there was that Harlem Brooklyn rivalry that always existed. Manhattan make it, Brooklyn take it. Going
Right.
back to Fine Sounds.
Right.
Because remember in the Horse and Carriage video, Mace wasn't in the video because Mace wanted bread from Cam.
Right.
And Cam took it personal. He's like, nah, not from you, but it's in your budget. Don't
Right.
let them Brooklyn dudes vacation on your money.
Yeah, but let's
That's
stay on Dame. Let's stay.
yeah,
We
I'm
got to.
about to
Yeah.
say,
Yeah. Stay.
but because this is all relative.
Okay.
The climate. I'm talking about the climate that existed, that Brooklyn Harlem
Okay.
rivalry
Okay.
that existed. So now here it is. Rockefeller's already established. We see Jay-Z as the face, but now here come the Dipset. Here
Okay.
come Dame Harlem bringing Cam Harlem while the Brooklyn boss is on vacation and making executive decisions without the executive.
Right.
And that's what I saw before it became official, before it was announced. That's what I saw.
So was it a particular time where you looked at him seriously? Like you looked at him like, yo, he got to the bag as far as the clothes. The clothes was popping, the Armadale was popping, the music is popping. Was it a time where you was like, yo, Rockefeller, they did it?
Yeah, definitely. But I saw I saw Dame's wasteful spending. In all the interviews, he would always brag, yo, I wear these once. I wear these once. I
Hmm.
don't, man, I'm from Harlem. We fly, we get fresh. We don't wear nothing
Yeah, I throw
twice.
my socks away after an hour or
Yeah.
something. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that's and for a dude who's still stuck in the hood trying to get to where he was, you know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? I'm like, damn, that's wasteful.
Right.
Saying the thing is to hold the money, not just get it and squander it.
Right. Right.
And I don't know that man's pockets. I'm just talking as a fan and an outside looking in. You know
No,
what
the
I mean?
shit is dumb if you rich. It don't matter, like, because at the end of the day, who the hell wears socks and they didn't play ball in them or anything and
Or
just throw,
sneakers, wear
yeah, throw them
sneakers,
away. Yeah, like I don't wear it,
wear an outfit once, and they was fly outfits. I mean, you can't say he was no bum,
Right.
but I definitely respected their business acumen from how they took nothing and turned it into something. Not to
Right.
say they ain't had no bread, but Dame lived the code of the OG, of a
Right.
classic OG. You get your street money, you clean it up, you make it legit, and you get off the corners, you get out the hood, you get out the streets. It's like these days it's reversed. Dudes get clean money, and then they want to go cop work and dirty the clean money.
Right.
They try to become like criminals, and we call that hustling backwards.
Right.
You know what
So
I'm saying?
so so let me ask you something. And I want to talk about people not doing business no more because the internet can't seem to take when dudes don't do business no more. They be like, they should get back together like niggas was in the bed fucking or something. Yo, sometimes you just don't do business with people no more. Sometimes it ain't no love loss. It's just that we can't do business. Now, if we gonna talk to it in terms that they might not or they might understand better, We done been in the street and was getting street money with people. And I was explaining to them the other night. Some people are just not good with money.
Word.
And you gotta get out of business with them. You have to, because you know how many, well, we ain't gonna get because niggas gonna know we talk about them, but it's been times where we just know we can't do business with people. We just can't. And then sometimes uh uh people be all heartbroken when people not doing business no more. But we got to get out of business. For me to grow as a businessman, I can't do business the way you want to do business or the way you want to remain to do business, because we grow and elevate as businessmen. You know, so when it's like, and even when we see somebody down bad, people be like, yo, you should give them money and you should save them. Nah, because when I went and I bought real estate, a nigga bought 7 cars. You know what I'm saying? And my thing to people is, when niggas gonna be grown ass adults and carry it like that? Because it ain't like we was young. You know, when we was doing certain things, we was young, teens. So of course we might go fuck off some money. Yo, I'm going to,
Jewelry, liquor,
yeah, niggas going to buy sneakers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Dumb shit. Like, yo, I'm
jewelry,
going, yeah, we going to Triangle to get mad Carhartt. You know what I'm saying? Because when you think,
hearts,
yeah, because
Timbs,
when you think back now, you be like,
champion
damn,
hoodies.
I fucked some money off. But when you're an adult and once you started having children, everything changes. The perspective change. So when you watch people do certain things with bread, you know that cannot be your partner. Because think about this. We get down on something, it's time to re-up. I say, or you say, yo, we not gonna touch that. Let's just re-up. Let's go back in with everything so we can get something bigger. And I'm like, nah, I need $700. Ah, we can't even get big. Like, yo, hold out on the 700 so you could get 2100. You get
Right.
what I'm saying? Why would you take 700 when we could get 2100 next week? So you start realizing you can't do business with certain people. And then it's like when people don't do business no more, only us be heartbroken. We watch these people all the time lose their partners. Bill Gates, we watch mad dudes walk away from business, and dudes don't be heartbroken. Niggas just we don't do business no more. Because if we look at Jim and Cam, just look at the situations. That's what it's really all about. Niggas don't do business no more, and niggas be bitter forever. They don't do business. But you can't do business with some people no more. Go ahead.
Nah, did you see Cam break down on why he not doing the verses?
I saw it. It made sense.
Financially, right? But that
Mhm.
speaks to your point about how people do business.
Right.
Because Cam was saying, yo, he was gonna go to somebody else for thousands, and we had the opportunity to make millions. We don't think alike. And that's why mindset is very important.
Right. Right.
It's important to see the bigger picture. You got to think big if you want to get big.
Right.
It's like when you look in Jay-Z's eyes after they did the Summer Jam joint when he brought Michael Jackson out.
Yeah, we knew it
You
was
see
over.
he
Yeah.
was already thinking about his next move. You can see them wheels is turning. All right, I did this. What's next? What's next? What's next? Constant elevation.
They ain't even
You
let
got
him talk.
right. He didn't want to talk.
You know, he was
Because
about to say something, but remember he like linked, and then they just kept cutting him off. After a while, he was just like, yo, let them talk.
yeah, because they're having their moments.
Right.
They're having it, and that's probably the highlight of their career. Not the highlight of his, but the highlight of theirs, because everybody can't go. When you don't share that vision, when you can't see the bigger picture. And that's one of the things that's wrong with the hood. Everybody thinks small. They think they're thinking big.
Right.
Because you think, who really, like growing up our generation, me and you, and anybody who's from the 80s and 90s, you know what I'm saying? Who really thought rappers would see billions?
Right. Right.
Billions, like everybody's happy to make an M. We came up in the Big Daddy Kane and Rakim era where dudes was happy with a gold album.
Right.
Not saying you had 500,000, just for your album to sell 500,000, you was happy. You was lit. You thought you was the man. So the gold platinum was a thing. And then gold diamond.
Right.
And now rappers are literally worth a billy. And we're not even gonna talk about that because I understand a lot of people don't understand finances, dog. They're like, he ain't got a billion, he ain't got a billion. But on paper, if you're worth $1 billion, you got $1 billion.
Right.
That's why they always talk about OPM, other people's money, because you got to learn how to use credit and leverage the assets that you have.
Right.
Like most people don't know, certain watches increase in value also. Like, yo, I'll never spend 100,000 on a watch. Yo, you spend 100,000 on the watch this year, in a couple of years, it's worth $250,000.
Yeah, they don't. People will see. Then again,
You could borrow 250,000 against a watch you paid 100,000 for.
right.
But again, that's a whole nother conversation.
But and one day we gotta.
They'll settle for the 700,
right,
and not the 2,100,
right.
and they'll look at your plate because
Once
you
you,
made the better
because
decision.
once you say, okay, cool, you take your 700, I'm gonna go my way now.
I'm gonna flip mine. I'm
You say, yo, take your 700 and take what's yours,
Yo,
and then
we ain't finished what we started.
yeah, exactly. So now when you because reason why this point resonate with me the most, because you know what I've been through with niggas.
Oh yeah.
Right. So when I went my way finally, everybody looking at me like, yo, what's up with me? Nah, we was all together. Y'all niggas had a different thought. I had a Martin Luther King dream. I made this shit happen. You know what I'm saying? So it happens. And in order for me to grow, then I gotta leave certain things.
Cut dead weight.
You gotta leave certain things behind. You know what I'm saying? And I think
call it what it is. They dead weight.
Yeah, niggas ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? So dudes that just keep saying, man, they need to get back together and all that. It's like, yo, your moms and pops ain't been together in 50 years. You ain't even rallying for your family. And you rallying for two niggas you don't know to get back together. And we at a state where what is the point of niggas even getting back together anymore?
Nostalgia.
Exactly. But that's that part of history that you're supposed to visit, but you can't stay there.
Right.
What is the Stevie Wonder song that you always tell me?
Can't spend most of our life living in a pastime paradise.
Don't you see that all day? I remember when, or I used to. This is the mindset of us. Now we could go to that, but then again, you know, as I do the Alley Vegas, it's because when I do the Max B, I gotta top that with the Alley Vegas now. Now I gotta top my Alley Vegas. That's what we strive for. I can't live off the Max B. You know what I'm saying? That's 14, 18 years ago. I can't live off of that. I don't even get no residuals off that. Alley Vegas I do, but I'm just saying I gotta you know what I'm saying? So it's like at a point, you know, dudes be like, yo, get back together. And I be like, what the niggas need to get back together for? To do what? Like, dudes is different people. And we grow to change.
Right.
That's the part of growth, change.
And that's all right. You know what I'm saying? History was made and you got to move further. You got to move forward. And a lot of people, what I'm realizing is they don't have any goals and ambitions. Most people are consumers.
Right.
And to your point about the Max B and the Alley Vegas, what you've done with that is create value.
Right.
But it was because of your ideas. See, a lot of people, everybody got a brain. Not everybody uses it.
Right.
But if you take some of them thoughts and develop them, you mold them, you shape them, you try them, it works, it doesn't, go back to the drawing board, you tweak it. That's how you create value. With the value, that's how you get to the money.
Right.
Money help afford the lifestyle you want, but you got to dream big. You got to visualize. People want stuff just to say they got it.
Right.
They want to binge just to say they got it. They want to change just to say they got it. But what do you do with it? Because over here, we all about legacy building because we got young people behind us that's looking up to us.
That's already emulating us. That's
right.
already emulating. Kids already got YouTubes.
So we mindful on what we say, what we do, and how we move.
Right.
Because we got young, impressionable minds, and we can't be contradictions and hypocrites. Granted, we don't always get it right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
But I want to hold on. Let me the hypocrite thing. So, Dame, as we seen him over the years, in my opinion, I was always rooting for him because I think he has a great mind.
He does. And
Um,
he cares about our folks in the community. Can't take that from him.
yeah, I think he has a great mind, but something got distorted where it was a particular point where we were afraid to speak about certain things because none of us men wanted to be a chatty patty, right? So if you spoke about something in the culture, yo, chatty patty, you niggas chatty patty. He, he coined that phrase, a chatty patty. Do you know anybody more chatty patty than him right now?
Nah. And you know what's crazy? What I was gonna say about that? Real men don't worry about what other men have to say like that.
Right,
Unless they part of your team, unless they're part of your council, and it's your group of elders. I don't care what other. I don't need validation for other men. Only thing I need validated is my parking.
right.
Because if you take the opinions and thoughts of other men, you would be stuck in a childlike state.
Mm-hmm.
Because only man that want to see you do better than them is your father.
Right,
That's it. Other men, they're not gonna try to push you forward unless they on your team and really value teamwork. You know
L-
what I'm saying? And I won't say Dame don't value that. I won't say that. But to your point, a lot of things he talk about is chatty. And he gives jewels.
right,
And I'd be lying if I say he don't give jewels. But for me, I think that should be his platform. But again, who am I? You know what I'm
right.
saying? I'm not where he at. I don't know what his money look like. You know what I'm saying? But for people who are looking for the jewels, because a lot of us are gold diggers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
GOAL.
Mm-hmm.
We are goal centered. I only listen to people that's where I'm trying to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not listening to dudes on the corner that ain't got no money, but they got all the answers.
Or a nigga that live with you telling you how you should be living, but they live with you.
Right.
Or telling me what another nigga said all the time. And like grandma said, nigga mouth ain't no prayer book. Sean Bolden, I appreciate you. You get what I'm saying? So this is the deal with Dame because Cameron obviously did something to him that got him, he's pissed off at that.
Cameron figured it out.
It
He
could be.
looking at Cameron as a little dude.
Mm,
Still looking at Cam as a little dude.
mm,
But Cam, and salute to Cam. And salute to Cam and Mace, because those are two people I wanted to see reconcile, and not for the music per se, but just on the strength of brotherhood, knowing that them two literally grew up together.
right. They really had a brotherhood. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like dudes they had each other when they had nothing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but you let Mace tell it. Cam did have more than him, and Cam did hold him down. Mace would be honest about that. But see, and that's family right there.
Right.
That's family.
Because that
In
ain't
fact,
that's bigger than brothers now. I mean,
in fact,
brother, yeah.
Gutter told me his issue that he had with Jim was behind Mason Cam.
Mm.
Shout out to my brother Gutter, and I'm glad that Jim and Gutter put their thing behind. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, 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 right.
Because remember, when Gutter came home, Big was already dead, so Gutter was running with Mace.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, Jim had his loyalty to Cam. And salute to Jim, because Jim did some dope shit. He went from the hype man and security to being a force to be reckoned with in the industry. And that's what I'm saying. Follow your dreams, man. Fuck what everybody say.
Right.
Because people didn't take Jim serious when he said he wanted to rap.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. No matter who you are, man, follow your dreams. Fuck the naysayers. Whether you love Damon, Jim, or Cam, or Mace, or whoever, they followed their dreams, man.
Right. So listen, so okay. Because you said something profound and I gotta stay there. You think he's more mad at Cam because Cam figured it out, because he did say that Cam didn't give him a plug, and then Cam was siding with 50 when 50 was so-called beefing with Dame, and then they was gonna do the paid in full. That's why he called him Fredo. Because if you watch The Godfather, him calling him Fredo is
Yeah,
deep.
wow. Yeah.
That shit is wild. Like people don't even really how they don't even understand how deep that is to call somebody Fredo. You know what I'm saying? Because Fredo died. He niggas killed Fredo. You know what I'm saying? So that shit, that's a little deep. But expand on that. Expound on that. Like Cam figured it out, and you think that bothers him.
Because you got to remember, Dame is old school.
Right.
Dame is from he's probably the generation, like our generation, maybe the generation before, that's from a cloth that's really not made anymore, where there's a chain of command.
Right.
Out of respect, there's a particular protocol. Like for the OGs in our life.
Right. Right. Right.
Like we grown men, but we still respect them on the
Right.
strength of what was done.
Right.
You figured it out,
Right.
but certain people can still give you advice.
I
Shout out
still
to
got,
Cook.
yeah, I
Shout
got
out to
mad
Cook.
phone
Shout out
calls the other day. I'm like, the fuck I do? Once I seen Cook call me, I said, what the fuck I do? Everybody calling me. You calling me, other cousin calling me, Cook calling me. I'm like, yo, what I do? He's like, yo,
and
nah.
it ain't like Cook will little
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's still a reverence we have for those who protected us
Right,
and kept us safe in these streets. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right, right, right,
You could literally say, yo, I owe him my life because the things he done to me for me when shit could have went left.
right, right,
He's on the front line, ready to throw it all away.
right,
And we're from that place of loyalty.
right.
That's where Dame is from.
Okay,
Where I put you on to the game. I put you on to this, that, and the third. I held you down and held your hand when you jumped off the porch.
right.
I think you owe me a level of loyalty. So whatever I ask from you, it shouldn't be no resistance.
Mm.
And this is just my assumption.
Right, right, right. This is all,
Knowing
yeah,
how the
yeah,
game
yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
You know
This
what
is,
I'm
yeah.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Knowing how the game go. Because I don't listen to words. I watch patterns and behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
Your body language will give you away. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
I read somewhere recently, or I heard it, that language is primitive, but the body language will always tell.
Absolutely.
So you learn how to manipulate language.
Mm-hmm.
It's how women finesse men, men finesse women.
Right.
But I'm going by your actions.
And
Do you
sometimes
show
your
up?
facial expression tell it all. Your face
Yeah,
told me everything I
yeah, your
needed to
face will
know.
give you away.
Yep. Your face told me everything I needed to know.
It's still hard to control that body language. So I'm saying for Dame, you looking at Cam Rise and you know what I'm saying? He hit some rough terrains financially, as it appears.
Right. Because we really
As
don't
it
even know. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. He might have hid his money. He might have put it in his son's name, wife name, so that them folks can't come to him for taxes.
Right.
So any taxes they may try to hit him with, he go in his pocket and hit that. Look, I ain't got nothing. I only owe $10,000 worth of stuff. So if you want $10,000 on those taxes, I mean, the money game is deep
Right.
that many of us don't know, and some of us are just learning or still learning. It's levels to all of this shit. So with Dame and Cam, from what I see, is Cam figured it out because Cam is not a little dude no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's a grown ass man with his own family and team and staff that he has to take care of. So he probably did a favor or two. And sometimes you do one favor, it's appreciated. Second favor, it's expected. Third favor, it's entitlement.
Mm.
That's my money he making.
Word.
Yeah, that's an inside joke.
Word. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
that's how it go. And that's just what I surmise from my observation
So,
of
what-
paying attention.
so when you see him now and he's like Jay breath used to smell like doo doo and all of that, and what he
I think all that's beneath.
right,
As a OG to a triple OG, I
right,
think that's beneath him, man, because it's like anytime you dissolve a relationship, man, and then all of this shit come out. So this is how you really felt, huh?
right,
So now you damaging any prospects of reconciliation. Any chance of us to rock with each other again, you just destroyed that. You burnt that bridge because now you telling me how you really feel.
right. You
Then
never
other shit start to make sense on when we was rocking and you did some questionable shit. So
right,
so any chance of us reconnecting, you sabotaging that.
right,
It's like with a chick, it's like with a business partner, it's like with your little earner. You know what I'm saying?
right, 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 right,
Because you might kick your little earner off because you the boss and because you the plug, but then you start missing his money once you get kicked off because he is an earner.
right.
Bring a bigger bag than all the other little dudes do. But
So
you done shitted on him. So.
right. So I want to say, I've always been pro Dame Dash. You know, I really kind of root for everybody. If they do something I don't like, I speak on it. When they do great things, I speak on it as well. But I want to say my issue is that he made something uncool that I did for a living. See, I take all this shit, I don't want to say personal because I don't lose sleep, right? But I took it all seriously and personal because everybody was against what I did for a living: podcasting, interviews, giving my opinion. Everybody was against it. What I was doing wasn't popular. Now everybody's doing it, right? That's fine.
Everybody who was against it.
That's the point I'm making. So that's the problem, because I used to get in the comments, "Oh, you a chatty patty, you a chatty patty, you a chatty patty, chatty patty, chatty." I used to get that, but I'm like, it's not that I'm making up shit. Chatty patty, if I'm sitting here saying, "Well, I think," I don't talk about what I think. I always read sources. This is what's out there. You know what I'm saying? I got a source from this. I didn't just pull this out out the sky. This is the source. But every time you see him now, he's talking about shit that don't matter. Because when you really think about the culture, we could talk about what we want, but what the fuck are you doing? And I think everybody should say that to themselves. We talk about stuff because, it's conversation, but never lose sight at what you are supposed to be doing. What are you doing? Because it's conversation. You go to the barbershop to get a haircut. When you leave the shop, you're going to handle your scandal. But if you going home to get on the computer to leave negative comments after you got your haircut, fuck you got a haircut for? To go home and be on the computer and nobody see you? But if you're going to get a haircut because you're about to take your kids somewhere, whatever the case may be, that's something constructive. And I just think that a lot of people who talk, they forget, what are you doing? So Dame will say, he has this, he has this, he has this, he's trying to do this and do that. But for the most part, he has to use other people's name and kick their drawers in their ass for you to even care about what he's saying. And I started saying, is this a play? Is this a ploy to get the attention with the Jay-Z headline and then maybe give you a little bit of jewels to try to give you what you want in order to give you what you need? I don't know. But when you talking and your fucking teeth fall out your mouth, it's embarrassing. But then you can't say somebody got cheap teeth, because then you start, as we look at you a certain way, once we start looking at you like you clowning, you a clown, because we all snap. But once you start looking like a joke, that clown paint get on you. You know what I'm saying? That clown paint get on you. So he just released a record today where he got this little white girl rapping or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, what is this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is almost,
Good.
no, I didn't see one positive comment. And she was dissing Cam, and she was
I'm talking
dissing.
about from your perspective, with your musical ear.
Hell no.
Oh, she was.
Hell, her name is Nikki Licky or some shit like that. Like, first of all, you know how I feel about white people. So, it ain't gonna be good to me. Like, there's only a few of them that I'll be like, that shit is dope. But it's just weird now, because it's like, whenever we see somebody, we could already predetermine what they're going to say now. And that's the sad part about our culture now. It's like when we see certain people. Yeah, well, yo, listen. No, when we see certain people, we already know why they're getting camera time now. And again, you're not supposed to lose sight of what it is you're doing, because if what you're doing is here to tear motherfuckers down, what are you building? Remember what I said on Drink Champs? Remember when Nori and EFN wasn't pro Vlad? And I said, yo, I ain't got no issue with Vlad. Y'all the one who was messing with him when I had a problem with him. And then I said at that particular time, I said, well, we get rid of Vlad, replace him with what? Because we always quick to take something away. Replace it with what? You got to wean people off shit. Everybody doesn't have the strength to cold turkey stuff, but we act like, just stop doing it. When you got niggas who still fucking on their baby moms, they can't stop doing it. You got chicks who got a dude in child support and an order of protection against them, but still can't stop letting them get action. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
This shit is all because we got internet and we got real life. And I think people think the internet is real and it's not. All this shit is an illusion. So when you see people sit before you who's talking about real shit, you think we're a part of the illusion, and we not. You know what I'm saying? We're not, because we're going to give the living testimony of our life and don't get caught up in that shit. So what I'm saying with him, he was supposed to respond to the Jay-Z diss. But what people don't understand, the Jay-Z diss was in response to them for years. That was a response to them. But then that gives all them dudes another 6 to 8 months of content. And it's like, y'all been campaigning for years now. And again, my only issue is say whatever you want, do what you want. But what are you doing now? What is your goal? Because if your goal is just to get up and just say, talk about a man every day, that don't make you a chatty patty. You know what I'm saying? Or for one freestyle, you do 17 interviews now?
You know, dog, you know there's a psychosis in the hood. You know,
Right.
it's mental illness where we hate success. We hate success.
Absolutely.
Because when we remove the rap, you see a dude, everybody on the block getting money. Somebody big they self up, they cop a whip. Dudes get mad.
Yep.
Dudes want to rob him.
Right.
Somebody want to kill him. Yo, he always mumbling under his breath.
Right. Right.
He
Right.
always stunting.
Yep.
He always fronting. Yo, I'm tired of him. He fronting. He think when all the man is doing is going about his business, living his life. You know what I'm saying? But everybody and I hate to say it, I can only speak from the hood, being from the hood. It may go like this in other communities, but I'm only speak for ours. The ghetto and the hip hop community. There's always this thing to be anti-success. We want it, but then part of us don't want it because we still want to be accepted amongst the masses, amongst our quote unquote peer group.
The masses are asses.
Masses are asses, not recognizing that with every choice and decision we make, it should be to outgrow that peer group if we can't bring them up. We supposed to be the example and the testimony that, yo, we could get out the hood. We could get out this mindset. We could really change our life. If we tired of being broke, let's get some money.
Right.
But all right, we getting money now, but the boys is on us. How can we get money without the boys being on us? Then you parlay that into something legit. How do we get this money legitimately without paying all these taxes? Now we talking about the money game. How it's levels to this shit.
But then you know, like I know, that our people have a very bad relationship with money.
Right.
Because everybody want it, but then if you get it, you the bad guy for getting money.
Right.
And then people want to question what you did.
You don't give me your money.
Right.
But money. But when I come asking.
Yeah, but think about this. Everybody has an issue with how you got your money. But a nigga sit outside and sell crack and do all types of shit and fuck up the community. Niggas will celebrate him. You get celebrated, but then if you do business with a corporation, niggas will say, yo, he doing this with this.
He sold out.
He sold out. So a nigga poisoning the whole community ain't selling the community out? Niggas always calling somebody a sellout. No, niggas ain't selling out. Niggas is selling in. Because let's think about somebody like Jay-Z. If everybody don't like him, why the fuck should he care about what we think? He can just do whatever he want, right? Because you see now he's doing the anniversary thing with Target, but we supposed to be boycotting Target. I never boycotted Target. Where the fuck else I'ma go? Go to Costco and buy 16 deodorants when I only want one? Just really think about that. And we swear we always control somebody's bottom line with people who ain't shit. We marched. Listen, me and you marched with Al Sharpton 30 years ago. Front line, like
More than 30.
more than 30 years ago. Because I think I was probably like 13.
Yeah, it was the death of Yusef Hawkins.
Absolutely. And we remember how far we marched? We got to like Utica and Atlantic. We're like, yo, all right,
And they was
let's
going to Howard Beach.
yeah, we like, nah, let's turn back around.
I forgot where- wherever they-
Yeah, yeah. And then when we like, yo, let's start the revolution. Remember the white folks tried to jack our own our march. They're like, let's start the revolution. Some Christians. But this is the thing. So we supposed to be boycotting Target when people don't even really have the full understanding of what's going on with Target, because Target, y'all didn't want to boycott it when they had that Muktavism in there. They probably got it in there right now.
Well,
The
hold up.
rainbow shit.
And what was fucking it up too, because Target carries a lot of black-owned business.
Somebody
products.
said that. Yep.
Oh, somebody put that in the chat?
Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, because I
My
can see
handle
the-
did.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that was an issue too. So again, thinking bigger, thinking longevity, because these people who are calling these boycotts don't have our best interests. It's a money grab for them. They say, yo, let's boycott, and then they get them in the boardroom and twist their arm. Yo, if you want my people to shop with you again, you need to donate this to this organization.
See, the people don't know that. Yeah, the people don't know. Yeah, it'd be a lot of
All right,
dry
the
extortion.
boycott is over. Because how do we benefit from boycotting?
Mm-hmm.
We need soaps like these independent entrepreneurs, and a lot of them are actually black women. You know what I'm saying? So here they trying to feed their family, and we hurting black people while we saying we're in support of black people. And Target ain't really do nothing to me.
Right.
We personalize everything and we take our cues from the wrong people. But again, what is our goal?
What are you
What
doing?
do you get up every day?
Then I've been
What's the
saying that all night. What are you doing?
fuck do you
What-
get up for
yeah,
every day?
Yeah. So we supposed to boycott. We supposed to been boycotting Target, right? So it comes out today that Jay-Z is doing a deal with Target for Reasonable Doubt. Because Reasonable Doubt, Target sells vinyl. So people are saying, oh, he always does this. He does this and the third. Yo, Kendrick Lamar did a deal with Target for his album. J. Cole, many people have. And they straight up and down ignored all of that.
But I want to say this real quick.
Go ahead.
What is Jay-Z's job?
To sell
Fucking
records.
entertain-
Yeah.
Sell records. Dude, he's a businessman. Fuck do you go to work for? For your money.
Right.
He put out a song, You Can't Knock the Hustle.
Right.
Look, when I got out of jail, no bullshit, I took a job at Auburn Paint washing dishes. I couldn't go back to the block.
Right.
I'll never forget, my cousin pulled the knot out. He's like, yo, cuz, I'm glad. Yo, I need you back out here. Nigga, I ain't going back to jail. What?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not taking no risk no more. You know what I'm saying? Because I've learned my lesson inside of there. And that's another thing, dog. You know what I'm saying? This loyalty dude's got to a bunch of criminals. You know what I'm saying? You got loyalty to criminals that you'll go to jail and hold it down and be like, fuck your kids and your moms and everybody who rooting for you, everybody who waiting for you to come home later for them, because you got to keep it real for these niggas in the street who don't give a damn about you, whether you live or die or go to jail. So I had to reevaluate my priorities. And I humbled myself and took a job doing dishes until something better came through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I could have kept up the facade, the image. Yeah, I'm home now. I'm getting back to the paper. Nah, I took that little bum ass $200 and something every week. And I was
Right.
getting more than that in the sale.
Right. Right.
But you got to learn how to readjust your situation. You know what I'm saying? Readjust your priority.
John Lee, let me let you in on a little secret. You said you boycotted Target. You also used to work there, so I personally know. You said they are racist. I'm racist too. I hate niggas too. I love black people, but I hate niggas.
And see, all that racist shit.
Yeah, niggas. Yo, it was they're racist. Yo,
They racist. They hired me, but yo,
niggas gotta stop, man.
You know what it be sometimes when people don't realize, and it's the same thing goes for the alphabet community, the LGBTQIA+.
Word.
It ain't
C3PO.
because you black, it ain't because you gay, it ain't because you white. Sometimes you're just an asshole.
Absolutely.
And that's why people don't like you.
Right.
It ain't because you black, you're an asshole. It ain't because you're gay, it's because you're an asshole.
Said,
And until people come to grips with that, you're gonna be lost blaming everything but yourself.
somebody said Target was taking black products off the shelf because they wasn't selling. You know, you take shit off the shelf that don't sell, right?
And when black people ain't buying black products,
Exactly.
they boycotting. White people ain't buying no Afro sheen.
Word. They're not buying no picks. That's why they was taking it off the shelf because it wasn't selling. Just like
It
why
wasn't
do you
selling,
think
black
why do you
folks
think
wasn't
they
selling.
have Black Friday? Because the new year is about to come, so that's the 2026 TV. They're about to get the 2027, so they lowered them. This just y'all gotta sometimes
But dog, that's why I say the money game is something totally different
right.
that our people can't grasp, because with them everything is cash and carry. It's I get the money, now I got the money. But we work for money. But rich people always say the money works for them. That's why I talked about the watches being an asset.
Right,
That's
right,
why I
right.
talked about what people are worth on paper. Because what the paper look like, you could walk into the bank with that.
Absolutely.
You can walk into the bank with that shit. When people get business loans, the money for the business don't come in how much you got. It's how much you're projected to make.
Right.
Like I think I'll make about 1.5 million this year.
Yo, when
Then
I
the bank
bought
will cancel on you.
yo,
And
you
then
know
hold up real quick. And the business credit has different rules than the personal credit.
when I
Because
bought
the
my
personal
whip,
credit,
right? You know when I bought my whip, I ain't show no pay stub. I ain't show no bank. I ain't show none of that. He just looked at my credit score and said, "What you want?" I want that right there. He said, "How much money you make?" I was like,
enough.
I make about this monthly. I didn't show him shit. I ain't show him shit. He was just like, yo, they approved you. You understand what I'm saying? And again, because this was a whole show I was gonna do too, and maybe we could segue into that. Street analytics don't fucking matter.
At all.
It don't, the street analytics don't matter nowhere. We live in a real world. And what you did and what you done don't matter in them
Only
streets. It only matter in the streets. And the streets don't give, it only take. But
take others
so
from their
and this is a good segue to the next point. We from the town. We've heard all the big time criminals, all the dudes from every area that wasn't no joke. We heard of them. We heard of Jimmy Henchman. Wasn't nobody to fuck around with. Prince has a jacket on him where he could speak to Jimmy Henchman because he's of that caliber. Prince also gives you information how to avoid them pitfalls. He became more of a, and you met him personally, you know what I'm saying? More of a somebody that I at first I didn't want to listen to because I thought he was just going to come with them same ass street tales and all that. But then he started, especially
that
when
OG wisdom.
especially when he talked to his cousin. He's talking to his family. I think when it comes to Jimmy Henchman, because he gets called names, I don't know if they true or not. It could be true. I nigga was a fed individual in the street when he was in the street. And I think people, when they get on the internet, they start thinking you could play with certain people's name and fuck with certain people like they ain't got certain people in the street that love them. And did I ever tell you? I never even told you. About 2009, somebody sent me some paperwork and said, this is Jimmy Henchman snitch paperwork. It's like, what you want me to do with that? Like, post it. Hell no. Hell no, because I didn't want those problems. I didn't even read it. I didn't know if it was real or whatever, but I didn't want those problems. And I'm only saying that to some people who think you could play with certain people on the internet and nothing can happen to you behind what you say and what you do. A lot of shit is not a joke because some people have made their reputation that nobody plays with them, for one. For two, shit be real. Like shit get real. Like when you see what dudes is locked up for knocking dudes down and shooting up dudes' mother crib and all of that. Shit
And
is
look, not
real.
even them doing it, them having it done.
This is what I'm saying.
Pushing a button.
This is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Um, shit is crazy.
Nah,
Go ahead.
and I want to add to that, because you hit it on the head. First of all, I did have the pleasure of meeting Gerald Prince Miller. He's a gentleman, a distinguished gentleman. He carries it how real OGs and street dudes supposed to. Not loud, not boisterous, soft spoken, but still have a presence about himself. You know what I'm saying? I met him in the airport. We had a dope conversation. We was traveling in the same direction. He even offered to drop me off where I was going, but I told him I had a ride coming already. But I thought that was generous of him. And he gives a lot of wisdom. And to your point, dog, only people of a certain caliber. Because again, I always tell people it's levels to this shit. We hitters, we got hitters, but they hitters on another level. You know what I'm saying? They're calculating hitters. They're not gonna get the little homie, the little YN that's a crash out. Nah, they don't move like that. They move strategic. They move with ninjas. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different element. And this internet make people think they could play with certain people. All right, he a snitch. Let's say that. I'm not saying that.
Right.
Let's say yes. Only certain people are qualified to call that out because if you're not gonna do nothing about it, you can't speak on it. In fact, dog, I don't know if you saw this. This was on IG the other day. A YN called the dude a snitch, and
Mm-hmm.
dude knocked him out.
That's what happened to Buckshot.
Yeah, it wasn't Buckshot this time, but
No, but remember, dude told Buckshot, you this, that, and the third. And Buckshot followed him. Followed him to an ass whooping.
yeah, you can't play with certain people, and this internet is getting people. You getting it twisted. It's easy to be tough in the comforts of your living room or your bedroom. It's easy to do that in the security of your home. But when you gotta go out on the streets, it ain't no I was just playing. Nah, you meant every word of that. And you gotta stand on that. When you make a claim, that's why we old school. When you say, yo, my word is my bond. Yo, you say these things, you gotta be responsible for what you put out there. That's why I'm real particular about what I say, who I talk about, and I make sure that I can stand on anything I say. You know what I'm saying?
Say it once, you say it twice.
Right. Because I'm trying to empower people, man, give you a whole different idea and perspective. Because I'm from that cloth. I'm from all of that. You know what I'm saying? And I've been fortunate enough to live long enough to see how the story plays out for so many people. Because Jimmy Henchman was that dude in these streets. He was somebody you don't play with. Look how his story's unfolding.
Right.
I mean, people wrote off Joe Prince Miller. He
Right.
did 30-something years, but then was able to give time back. Now he's home, adding value to other people's lives. Anybody who's smart enough to listen, because he's been there. He's been down the road everybody's glorifying and still holding on to the particular code of ethic that come with the real street dude.
Right.
A lot of these dudes who claim street, you just internet. That's why they call it the internet streets.
Right.
Because all these dudes you see beefing online, they not shaking in the streets.
Right.
Because where we from, you don't even beef publicly. If it's up, it's up. You and I know what's going on.
Don Coolio said that the internet is now considered to be the streets now. He said that a few minutes ago too.
Wow, I
Mhm.
wish I could see the comments.
Right.
But it would have let you know we in alignment. We on the same frequency. And
Mm-hmm.
this is not cap. Because what it is when you say something to somebody, you better be ready to stand on that. And you got to be ready to defend your thoughts, words, and ideas.
Right.
So me and Doggie, and I'll give it to Prince Miller and other people, you know what I'm saying, who's really from that cloth, who's really from the street environment, who knows that it does take, like you said, Doggie, the streets don't give it just
Only
takes.
take
It takes lives. It takes people away from their families and loved ones.
freedom.
Children out
Yup.
here growing up without their fathers. Fathers can't even go to the graduation. Father can't walk his daughter down the aisle when she gets married,
Right.
provided they live a better life than being in the street.
And you said, father, they knocking the chicks off too.
Yeah.
The chicks is chicks is getting their head knocked off because a dude say how you doing and she ain't respond a certain way. Wow.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Nasty out here.
Because when we was coming up, we already said, yo, no women, no children.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Women, mind your business. I have sisters, you got
No
sisters.
civilians.
We always
Because
tell
even if you
what
a
you
man,
tell your daughters, don't jump in no man's face.
don't jump in no man's face. You don't argue with no man, because a lot of men aren't mentally stable.
Right.
And if somebody put their hands on my daughters, I'm gonna show them where I'm from, and it ain't just me.
Right.
I got Dog, I got my cousin Poe, I
Right,
got
right,
hitters,
right,
we
right.
got people who will throw it all on the line because we don't play when it comes to family.
So the point I'm making with this, and reason why I'm bringing Jimmy Henchman up, because it's a hot topic, you know.
Right. And you gotta, to your point, you gotta have a certain caliber to play with that man's name.
And
Gotta be of certain ilk.
and I've said this to the audience before. What is the audience, the working man, the father, the brother, the uncle, the godfather, the grandfather, the person who cares about himself, his family, his loved ones? What is y'all fascination with who's a snitch if that's not your life? See, I don't do nothing illegal. So I don't care who told. So that's said Prince is of a caliber because he came off them yards where if that was on your name, that's your last day in the street. I mean, in the yard. You understand what I'm saying? They was gonna pack you up, get up out of here, or they was going, they was gonna do what they do. I think we're mixing their lives, and because we hear the story so much, regular ass people starting to think that's a part of their life now. And it's not. That's not a part of your life. Yo, we all love documentaries. We all love the first 48. Yeah, we love all that shit. But I ain't trying to be on the side of the first 48 when they questioning me.
Or laid out.
Exactly. So
talking too much.
what I'm saying to people is you take it for what it is. But when you think you could run with a narrative now of, yo, this person a snitch, this is a rat and all that, yo, gotta calm the fuck down because that shit get real. And the one thing about the internet that a lot of people don't take into consideration, nobody has to care that that's your mother or that's your sister or that's your brother. If somebody out to get you, they don't have to respect nobody that you love. But people are playing with people and playing with people's name, acting like you're a part of this, and you're not. Just watch the interview. What I took from the Prince Miller thing, he was talking to his little cousin and telling his little cousin, yo, he played you.
Yeah.
That's what I took from all of that. Yo, he played you because he could have used his son. Why he used my little cousin? And he know he did bad. So he played you. That's what people not even taking from him. They saw, oh, he a rat. No, he was telling his little cousin, look how you got played. Now, how he played you, you look like a fucking fool right now because you just condoned something that you didn't even know the nigga used you as a chess piece against your own father and me. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I took from that. I didn't take from, oh, he's a rat. Yo, listen, who's a rat? I don't even, you listen, shit don't even matter.
And you know, Dog,
Go ahead.
to your point, that speaks to the psychosis of what goes on in the hood. Because again, niggas got loyalty for street niggas and criminals more than they do their own family.
Absolutely.
Yo, all my hitters, I'm gonna tell you, yo, you ever watch Tracy Morgan show The Last OG?
No, I don't. Yeah.
It was short lived,
Right.
but it was some shit that resonated with me. In the show, somebody called him to come downstairs. His girl told him don't go out there. Nigga went out there, came back like 10 years later. He went outside and got jammed up.
Mm-hmm.
Think when I got popped, remember? Shout out to Vivian.
Right.
Don't go outside, Chad. Went outside, got popped.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I got locked up, baby mom said, don't go outside. Went outside, didn't come back.
Mm-hmm.
It is. When your girl say don't go outside, listen to her. She don't always be right, but sometimes she right.
Right.
Don't go outside because you may not come back. You know what I'm saying? And I was fortunate enough to come back. But it's a reality because it's this facade. It's this identity we holding on to of being a real one in the streets. That again only takes. So you keeping it real with a bunch of people who ain't gonna keep it real with you. You running outside behind dudes, you either gonna get clipped or locked up. But what about baby moms? What about the baby in the crib? They need you more than these dudes in the streets. Because guess what? The moment you get locked up, same dude you running outside to hold down is gonna be knocking on the door, trying to holler at your baby mom.
Facts.
Yeah, I just came to make sure you and the baby, all right, y'all good. Like, nigga, it's 11:30 at night. Fuck is you doing?
Word. And listen, so and the reason why this is also near and dear to me, because when people see certain videos of certain people mentioning my name, I'm talking for me, I don't respond to it. Because I know that's a trick. I know it's a trick because despite what people want to put out there, those who know. And just because you you misinformed or uninformed, that's not a safety net. So you could run with what other people are regurgitating, but you should research a little bit more. Because I know it's a trick. Anybody that says something about me and use my name in a way on the internet, I know you playing. Because the nigga record outside, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell people, yo, I grew up a sociopath. We grew up doing shit for no reason. And it's shit that we, in this day and time, we frown on. Like, yo, that was dumb. So that's how I know a lot of dudes never came from that. Because when you get a certain age, you know that this shit ain't right.
And dog, the crazy part is you and I have grown.
Right.
A few of us have grown, but we still got crash outs on the team.
Yo.
Stuck in the hood and stuck on the hood mentality who like, what up, cuzzo?
Right.
Because see, what people don't know is you saved a lot of lives.
Yo.
The phone call, yo, what up? What cuzzo want to do? I said, nah, he said stand down.
Yo, somebody called me the other day and said, we gotta let these niggas know who the fuck we are. I'm like, no, you was on the phone. I was like, no, please, no. And he not playing though.
Right.
But he wasn't playing though.
Right.
And I'm like, no, we can't do that because
we're gonna block ourselves.
Yeah, where we going? Because what did I tell him? I said, yo, niggas gonna be scared of us. And that's the one thing you do. They already.
That's what happened in the beginning.
That's what I said. They already scared. But
the reputation.
Of the reputation. So if we act on a few things, what's gonna happen is they're gonna start saying, no, don't let them in. Because if you don't do right by them, somebody getting tied up. You know what I'm saying? We don't move like that no more. We don't have to. And Tad, the audience don't know how you right there. You see me in the room of who they think is celebrities.
Right.
Everybody fucking with me though. I never pulled out a camera.
Well, you know the conversation you and I had.
Yeah, but did I? Who I took pictures with?
Nobody.
Did I even want to be in the pictures with y'all?
Nah.
I'm like, yo, fuck this shit. I'm used to
I
this.
be having to tell you, nah, come on, dog. This is a moment.
Because,
if it get
but
you in the
because the only reason why I'm saying is because people don't really understand it be places and spaces that niggas is around the upper, the top of this shit. And niggas just be right there chilling, talking business. Because for some reason, the perception has nothing to do with reality. And you know me, I don't really be thinking I'm better than nobody. Niggas be trying to go, yo, let's go backstage. I'm gonna chill out here with the people. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck them niggas backstage. I don't want to interview none of them. I don't want to be around them. And was I not supposed to be on the Breakfast Club last week?
Yeah.
Did I go? This is what I'm saying. Because what I said to you, I said, yo, Tad, I got another plan. This is, I want to do this. I want to do that. I got to do this. And what I say to people is really for motivational purposes because there is an image of us that don't exist because I don't want to be like Dane. I don't want to be like Jimmy Henchman. I don't want to be in prison physically. And I don't want to be in the mental prison that somebody else lived rent-free in my head.
Shout out to Puff. Shout out to Suge.
You understand what I'm saying? Where somebody lived rent-free in my head and everything that I do is predicated on what they do. I don't even move like that. I do what the fuck I want. You know that shit. What you doing? I'm chilling right now. I'm hit the gym.
Going to the gym.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make these tacos. And people don't understand freedom when you did it your way. And again, this is for motivational purposes because everybody could do it. Shit, everybody already bit the shit I do anyway. That's why I'm doing something else. You know what I'm saying? But the point that I'm making to the people is that perception is not reality. What'd you tell me about what you think?
Say it again.
What did you tell me before about what you think? The book that you read.
Oh yeah. If what you think don't solve your problems, then you don't know shit.
But you told me about a book about thinking.
Oh, Joseph Gwynn, Don't Believe Everything You Think. It's one of my favorite books.
And if what you think, or no, what you know don't solve your problems, you don't know shit.
Yeah.
Tad say that shit to me every day. Listen, if what you know don't solve your problems, you don't know shit. And I think people should sit at the feet of greats or people that they want to learn from. Because when people could be learning from people, they spend a lot of time dissing the people that they could be learning from.
And that's what makes people shut down.
Exactly. That's why I be like, fuck everybody.
Ready, the teacher will appear.
Yeah.
Right. Because you can't, what the Bible says, don't cast your pearls to swine.
Exactly.
You can't give your jewels to pigs.
That's why the Bronx iceberg, that's why I don't respond to none of that shit because certain things really is beneath me. Like, let me give y'all internet. Let me give y'all internet jewel before we go, right? Shout out to Nori, because you see Nori bit my shit when we was talking to her, remember? I said, yo, nigga, I said, is that on tape? Is that on tape?
I think I do got that.
Yeah. Like, nigga, I just said that to you. How you gonna bite my shit? But you know that's my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to Nori.
I always tell y'all, and I told Nori in his face many times, look at opponents. You got Ali, Frazier, two greats. Jay-Z, Nas, two greats. Biggie, Tupac, two greats. Now in the present time, Kendrick, Drake, two greats. Men who accomplish a lot. You're not gonna put Doggie Diamond's name next to a fucking bozo in that person, because what that happens is
They get
they
elevated.
come up
You go down.
and I go down. I just let niggas talk. Because when my name is in the title of a video, that shit only help me.
It only helps them when you respond.
Yeah, it don't hurt me because the shit be cap. I've been an open book with y'all. Because for a nigga to sit there and tell you how somebody else gonna feel about me, or why I shouldn't do something because somebody else gonna feel that way about me, I'm gonna be real with y'all. These niggas, yo, the people who you think don't like me actually love me. It's the people who you think love me that don't like me. And I know that. Again, your perception is not my reality. Just like my perception of you is not your reality. All I see is screen names and a little small avatar. And y'all know my favorite thing is, yo, you know you don't know me. Like I don't know you. We know what we present. And what y'all have to understand is that, yo, this is my first cousin. This ain't my homeboy. We more like brothers than anything. Seeing the trials and tribulations of each other's life, good, bad, great, sad, stupid.
Family suffering together.
Yo, suffering like, listen, when I had the cheese with the red wrapper around it, so did he.
Word.
When I had the spam, so did he. Till when we started coming in the crib and say, what's for dinner? And they said, we ate already.
Word.
What the fuck are we supposed to eat? Okay, let's go get a Chinese man for some food. So y'all be like, boycott this, boycott. We already got ours. This shit's just the truth. We been got ours. But we was aware of our surroundings and other people and outsiders, because one thing, I'm gonna give y'all some real shit. And it's gonna sound stupid, but it's real. One thing we never did was oppress our people. We wouldn't go do shit to eat to our people. We would really go out and do shit to other people. Like, other neighborhoods. We would go where you know, where, let's go to Howard Beach. Let's go to fucking Sunset Park. Yeah, let's go to downtown Brooklyn. Let's go.
West Side.
Yeah, we didn't do shit to us. I promise you, we was like, nah, let's get them. What we do to us? Or we was always the black piece on the chessboard. You know what I'm saying? But when it came to us going to get what we needed, we didn't go to us because we knew they was in the same condition we was in. You can't go to an empty well. Let's go where the money at. Who got the money?
Plus, we was listening to Malcolm back then.
Yo, Malcolm.
It makes sense when we was listening to Malcolm.
We all agreed tonight. All the speakers here agree. That was like one of the first things we heard. You know what I'm saying? So, how we grew up shapes who we are today, and we still got checks and balances too. So like I said, the other day when all my cousins called me, even LD called me, who's known as 2 O's, Jadakiss man, I'm like, the fuck I do? Yeah. He like, nah, Kiss was trying to get, again, like I said, people don't know. Niggas think certain rappers might not like me or don't fuck with me. Y'all just have no clue. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not here to prove anything. It is what it is. But when your whole neighborhood calling you in one day, that's because of the love of the neighborhood and what you added on. And speaking of, shout out to my big bro Fats, who's Cook brother. Fats actually gave me some excerpts from his book. He's writing a book, and I'm all in his book because and Fats is one of the OGs. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying all this I'm saying all this to y'all because I'm fucking 50. But I always tell you, I still listen to niggas. Because people might see what I don't see. I don't listen to what I want to do business-wise. But when it comes to them streets and me wanting to crash, I remember I called Tad one time. I was at the mall. I was like, yo, I'm about to stab the shit out of this nigga. Nigga was like, go home. Nah, I gotta stick him. Go home. But if you got a homie that say, yo, that's right, I'm right there, I'll be right there, it's not your man. Because the object of the game is to keep your people, your loved ones, out of the prison and out of the morgues. You know, so when we on this internet thing and we seeing Dame, somebody who had all these millions, and he just keep talking about, I built this, I built this, I did this, I did that. Okay, what are you doing now? Because that's what to make it first and say, I heard a motherfucker saying he made Hove. You gotta make another Hove.
Another yay.
Because when you say, yo, I made another Hove, I made Ray True Roy, that's gone too. Oh, I made Kanye. That's going too. Myrtle Ave is a few blocks down. What was a particular point where we couldn't even go to Myrtle Ave? You know what I'm saying? So again, this conversation is for y'all. First of all, what I always tell y'all, yo, believe in you. I'm telling y'all, he could tell y'all I come from nothing. Like shit. Like nothing. We went from saying that's my car, that's my car, that's my car, to driving the cars that we used to say was our car, to owning those cars. Shit is just real. And if I could do it, then y'all could do it. Because if what I was doing was the wrong thing, then all of these so-called rich niggas wouldn't have followed it. That's why I did the show I did the other night about them niggas gatekeeping, because they really blocked y'all out, because they can't block me. But then they started making you think what you was saying didn't matter. And what I told y'all, they only interview each other. I told y'all I'd be telling y'all all of this shit. I'd be prophesizing shit to y'all. But again, you know, sometimes I know the delivery sometimes, and sometimes I get annoyed at shit. It don't always hit. But one thing I ain't never gonna do is lie. I'm never gonna lie to y'all. You get what I'm saying? I'm never gonna lie. And if you pay attention, because I don't know if they know Tad, and we tell them all the time, yo, we are readers. We actually read books in the minds of other people to compare and contrast to see, am I tripping?
Right.
And shit, I used to outread you. Now you outread me. Because if they could see behind you, they'll see a bookshelf of mad books and all that shit, you know. But again, me and Tad, whole thing is plotting, planning, and execution. So when you see these dudes talking, you always got to ask them where they works at. You understand what I'm saying? Where your works at? Tad got something he launching soon, you know, and he know I always tell him, yo, when you gonna do that shit? Like, you know, because I'm a type of nigga who have I'm an idea man. I be sitting there, have an idea, I just do it. Nobody can stop you but you. And the only reason why this is important, and I'm gonna close on this, and I'm gonna have Tad close us out. Only reason why it's important that I'm saying this to you, because everything you see me doing today, somebody told me wasn't a good idea, actually tried to deter me from doing it and didn't believe in it. The only one person who believed in everything I ever did was him. From any idea I said, yo, we should this. All right, let's do it. And then he told me the other day, yo, you know, everything we did worked. So yeah, I never really paid attention to that shit because I don't really be getting married to businesses and all that shit. I'd be like, yo, that shit mean to sell this. We got to elevate. The internet is going, just like we knew about the DVDs. We knew about cameras. Then it went to DVD. Then I was like, the DVD about to die. We went to the internet. We was on the internet first. You get what I'm saying? We was on the internet first. Then we know the internet is getting a little weird. It's going to the apps now. Oh, now we brainstorming the next thing. You know what I'm saying? So if you got one person in your corner, whether it's your cousin, your brother, or whatever, because nobody in the family even really believed that I was gonna do what the hell I did or what I'm doing.
Everybody saying you need to get a job.
Everybody telling me I need to get a job, go back to school. I'm like, yo, I know what I'm gonna do.
Look, I was mad because I got to go to work.
Yeah, yo. So I started babysitting the kids. That's why all the kids love me. I was the babysitter for all the kids. All the kids come with me.
Got him in the studio.
They in the studio. His son in Pampers, Biggie and Little Kim recording. You know what I'm saying? To where he got so arrogant, I'm like, yo, I'm about to go interview T.I. You want to come? Nah, I ain't coming. You know what I'm saying? So, but what I'm telling you is, you got to believe in you. And if you got somebody that believe in you, you go. And when people don't believe in you, get the fuck away from them, man. Because nobody could deter me from doing shit. Unless I'm going to do something that's going to jeopardize my health, safety, and freedom. But other than that, fuck it, the idea don't work. It was an idea. I got another idea.
Right.
I got an idea that I want to share. You don't like it, so what? I don't care. Raw Bass, rest in peace to Raw Bass. But Tag, close us out.
Nah, this is a dope bill, man. And again, shout out to Gerald Prince Miller. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably shoot him a text sometime this week too.
Right.
Just to tap in. You put a lot of shit out there. So much I want to say. But family, to the audience, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you inspired by something you heard here tonight. It's your turn to go out and inspire others. We just want to encourage people. We know it's a lot of voices on the internet, but when you deal with the hip hop hood space, the street culture, nobody's really trying to give you the jewels and the pathway to get up out of this and get to a better life. So that's what me and Dog here essentially trying to do. We trying to motivate you, keep you inspired, reminding you or letting you know that you can do this. If you got an idea, all you need is one person to help you develop that idea, to help support you. And if they close the door in your face, there's another one somewhere open. It was once asked by Thomas Edison, how does it feel to fail 1,000 times before you perfected the light bulb? He said, I didn't fail 1,000 times. I just found 1,000 ways that it wouldn't work. It's all in your perspective. Keep a positive mindset. You know what I'm saying? And that will get you out of here. You're looking at 2 testaments who we could have been deleted years ago. We could have been.
They trying to delete us a lot.
Yeah, they definitely. It ain't like they never tried. We could have been under the jails. You know what I'm saying? But by the grace of God, we here. Our family's good. Our family's flourishing. We're not hungry anymore. Like Dog said, we get to drive what we want to drive when we want to drive it. And it's not material things, but it's the idea that you can have what you want. Now, the only thing you got to do is think bigger. It gets bigger than material things. Imagine the life you want and go for it. I promise you, it's going to happen for you. And this is where it comes back to Jay-Z, because he's a guy from Marcy. He's a guy that we watched since 1988. And he rose the ranks. And whether you love his music or not, he is a force to be reckoned with. He is somebody you have to go see if you want to have some type of position in hip-hop, at least on the East Coast. I'm quite sure he got influence on the West Coast too. So just think, maybe you could be more powerful than Jay-Z or Dame Dash or whoever.
You're gonna be. Right, shout out to Dame, but I don't want to be like Dame.
Yeah, but we can't count him out either. Because if you did it once, you can do it again. You just got to remember to remember. Remember who you are. Remember, you born on purpose with a purpose. Don't let none of these naysayers and haters stop you, because that's what they're here for. The universe is trying to see how serious you are about your goals. So it's going to put obstacles in the way. You just got to overcome it and have enough belief in yourself, enough gumption to know ain't nothing going to stop you. And if it do, just try over.
Right. And listen, none of us don't smoke or drink. He's always in the gym. I'm always in the gym. We don't even work out together. We be doing our own thing. What you did today, talk about colognes and talk about real grown-up shit. But listen, we talk for a living. We ain't going to talk to y'all for the rest of the night. I appreciate all the super chats. I appreciate any cash apps I might have gotten. Until next time, we out here. Make sure you watch Tab on the OG Wisdom podcast every Sunday at 2 p.m. and Thorough Black Talk every Thursday at 8 p.m. All right. Next time. Peace, y'all. And make sure you watch these related videos. And don't forget,
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Leave a like and hype the video. And share too. Share, like, nigga. I mean, all right.